Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of your Monday Morning Coffee with a Side of Real Estate. I'm Donald Leonard with RE/MAX Northwest, coming to you this morning and every Monday morning from Cypress, Texas. This morning I'm enjoying my coffee in a coffee mug that I got in Big Bear Lake, California. That when Carol and I went on our honeymoon, that's one of the places that we visited. I grew up in California, so we used to visit there when I was a kid. So it was great to get back and see the mountains again. It was really gorgeous, really beautiful. And I hope you're enjoying your coffee this morning wherever you are. Now, today we wanted to talk a little bit about real estate, a little bit of stuff that's going on, and there's so many things that are going on in real estate right now. One of the things that I wanted to touch on is something that has been around for years and years and years, and that is the bonus to selling agent. You know, as a seller, you may have come across this where an agent suggested to you that you might want to put a bonus on a property. You might have heard it from somebody else, that it might be a great idea to put a bonus on a piece of property. That way the agent who sold it would make more, and maybe the thought behind it is that they would push that property just a little bit harder than they might one of the other ones where they were just going to get paid a commission. And so the question is it really worth it? Does it really help you that much? And I can't answer you 100% yes or no, and my opinion here is just my opinion. And another agent may have a different opinion, and one's not necessarily right and one's not necessarily wrong. But I would submit to you that maybe there are some things we need to think about when it comes time to think about, do I really want to put a bonus to the selling agent on this property? And here's the first thing. The first thing is, how is that bonus going to be treated for the agent who receives that bonus? You know, there are some real estate companies out there that allow the agent to keep the bonus 100%. They set it aside separately from commission and say, sure, anything extra and above that you make, that is all yours. Okay, that's one way of doing it. But a lot of real estate companies look at it and say, you know what, we treat bonuses just like we do commission. And if that agent is on a commission split, are they really going to keep all that bonus? No, they're not. They're going to keep whatever percentage of commission they get. The bonus will be treated the same way. So here's the question that you take from that. Would anybody ever suggest to you that you go and spend $2,000 on some upgrade to your house before you put it on the market if you're only going to receive an extra $1,000 back? Well, no. In most cases, real estate agents are not going to suggest to you to spend $2,000 if you're only going to get $1,000 back. Well, your bonus may be treated that way. If it's treated as a commission and the broker is keeping half of it, you're really putting in whatever the bonus is, let's say $2,000. You're putting in a $2,000 bonus, but the agent who sells the property only gets to keep $1,000 of it. The other $1,000 goes to a broker who had absolutely nothing to do with this sale. And so are you really getting the full benefit of the $2,000 that you're putting out there as a bonus? I don't know. Something to think about, though. Here's a couple of other points that I'd like to make about a bonus. Number one, a buyer's agent has a fiduciary responsibility to that buyer. That means that if the home fits what they are looking for, then they show it to them. Not, I'll show it to them if I make enough money. Theoretically, that agent has already negotiated with that buyer and decided how much money they are going to make to help that buyer buy a piece of property. Now, the way that our buyer representation agreements typically read is that I'm going to get the sale, going to get the commission from the sale of the property first, but if that doesn't cover what you and I have agreed to, buyer, then you pay the difference. So if all of that has already been negotiated out, then we're looking at a situation where they should be showing that property no matter what. No matter if it pays a bonus, no matter if it doesn't pay a bonus. So that's another point. Here's the third point. The third point is, who is it that we're really trying to attract here? Another agent or a buyer? So given the other 2 points, if I took that $2,000 and put it towards buyer's closing cost, if I offered it to a buyer, then I know every single buyer is going to benefit the entire $2,000, right? So that I know for sure I'm getting $2,000 worth of benefit from, whereas I might not be getting that much benefit, again, going back to how is that bonus treated as far as is it commission or is it over and above. So looking at those 3 points, before I would just jump in and offer a bonus to the selling agent, I would at least consider, is there maybe a better place to put that extra $2,000. It might be just reducing the price by $2,000, although there's not really a huge benefit there. But there is a huge benefit to offering it all to the buyer to go towards buyer's closing costs. Now that's just my opinion, and it's been my opinion for over 30 years, as long as I've been doing this business, and that's what I usually suggest to my clients, that maybe the best thing to do with that extra money is not offer it to the agent, let's offer it to the buyer, because that's who ultimately we're trying to attract anyway. Like I said, it's just my 2 cents worth, that's my opinion. Other agents may tell you differently, and I'm not going to say they're wrong, I'm just going to say consider it. Consider all the options available before you decide what it is that you're going to do. Now, a couple weeks ago, we happened to talk a little bit about this possibly being the best time of year to sell your home, and I just saw an article about 3 or 4 days ago that agreed with that. They said exactly the same thing. Given the state of affairs that we're in right now, with interest rates going up, that you might actually be in a better situation to go ahead and try to sell your property now than later on in terms of how many buyers are out there. Again, just something to think about. I'm Donald Leonard with RE/MAX Northwest. If I can ever help you with your real estate needs, I'd be happy to do so. My contact information is coming up here in just a couple of minutes. So until next week, enjoy your coffee, enjoy your Monday, and have a great week.